Okay, that, I don't agree with that at all.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
so if you want, so men's sexual nature on the internet, you are seeing a window into the depraved because there's no guardrails and there's no guidelines. So how do you? One second. How do you lift up that primal carnal sexual nature towards something that is no longer?
Why is that my responsibility to lift up their?
Hold on. It's not your responsibility. It's humanity's responsibility. But I would imagine you want a life partner at some point. Yes? No?
I'll figure it out when they come to me. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
every man that
let me
is
tell
in my
you,
direction.
doing OnlyFans, you're not going to find a life partner.
That's totally fine. I don't care.
Yes, she is, though. Come on.
No, that's
there,
your point.
there
No,
is
hold on a
so
second.
many people who
Hold on.
want to
Hold on.
marry her.
If you think that you can find a virtuous, ethical man who tells the truth by showing a lot of skin online, you do not understand male sexual
and
nature.
that's-
You do not. And I don't profess to know female sexual nature.
So we talked about this a little bit.
Men want what they cannot see and they cannot have. Men want rarity, scarcity, and mystery. They do not want abundance and cleavage and skin.
Can
So
we
what do
get
you
the
think
same
of-
for men? Can you guys stop slutting it up, please?
No, I'm not saying. I am asking. I mean, men have plenty of. What have I just said? I said men's sexual nature is degenerative. I couldn't be more cruel on males' primal carnal instincts. The question is, how do you lift us up to something better? Yes.
So we talked about this before. What's the difference between, so she does only lingerie pictures, right? So what's the difference between her and like Gigi Hadid or like any Victoria's Secret model, right?
Well, there's
other
not. There's
model.
not. I mean, is Gigi Hadid in a really great relationship and doing great? I mean, I believe one of them has clinical depression.
She's dating Bradley Cooper, I think.
Most celebrity relationships last 6 or 7 years, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
so your point is that they divorce more often, or what's
Well, I mean,
the point?
I'm asking if you want.
Are you saying she
again? If you're looking for celebrities for life partner roadmaps, you're looking at the wrong people. Okay. I mean, I'm asking.
So you're fine with comparing that and being like, oh yeah, they're both not. They can't find
I'm
high
not
value
saying,
men or whatever you're claiming.
I am very short on their long-term prospects of being a couple for the next 30 years. I mean, if that's their question. But if you do not have to create a new roadmap. When women were more modest in their presentations, when women were more humble in their
Was
in
that
their life's work.
necessarily a woman being humble, or was that also the laws of the day and age where they could?
No, in the 1950s, the laws were fine. I mean,
You couldn't get a divorce because you never had a job. You couldn't get out of the relationship. What are you talking about?
No fault divorce ended in the 60s or 70s. You could still get a divorce. It just
Yeah,
was
but
harder.
you had no job. You had no prospects. You had nothing. You had
That's a
children
separate
to take
issue.
care
I
of.
don't. You're getting too far off track.
Oops.
I'm asking a theoretical question. If more women than not made a commitment that we want a life partner, I think the reason why you all and women are willing to engage in hookup culture, even though you know it's destructive, hold on a second, even though you know it's bad for you, is because deep down women tend to be more insecure than men, and you think that you can get praise from men by doing this, and it gives you temporary security, and you're willing to then sacrifice long-term viability of finding a life partner for that temporary security.
You also
My
just
advice.
put that on me. I don't engage in hookup culture at all.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying more broadly, though.
Stop the cap.
More broadly, if women were willing to actually say that I am not going to present myself online, I'm not going to give myself, you would actually have more male suitors, not less.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about more
okay,
or less
but
male suitors.
How about good ones, great ones, ones that you feel as if this one is the best man I've ever
I'll get there when
met?
I need to get there.
Great men are hard to find. They are. I could say this.
And I'll get there when
being
I need
around
to
a
get
lot
there.
of them. Okay.
And I'll get
All
there
right.
when I need to get
Do you
there.
have? So let me ask you: what is more important in your life, good career or great marriage and family?
I want my bills paid, so whatever takes the cake.
Well, good husband can pay the bills too.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily looking for a good husband right now because I'm not
fair
looking
enough.
around.
Okay. Any other thoughts on that?
Do you have a point?
I was just,
Sorry, I kind of
No, it's great.
dominated there.
If you
Yeah.
want, keep going.
I guess
Yes.
I am pretty jaded on this conversation. I didn't get to do the introductions, but I do OnlyFans management. And I think so. I read a lot of messages. I'm not on the site myself, but I read a lot of messages. And it kind of sucks because you see so many messages coming in daily that are like, I wish I wasn't with my ugly wife right now. You're so much hotter. So like for me as someone who's single and like in their 20s, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to be a really perfect woman for like these kind of men. Does that
I'm gonna
make
be
sense?
honest.
You know?
I even got that being on your podcast. I even got a message on my OnlyFans from your podcast being like, my girlfriend is so disgusting. I don't like her. I subbed to your OnlyFans because you're so much better than her. You
It's
can do
really
everything you
hard
want.
to see both these
Yeah, no, that's
conversations.
okay. But you're actually proving my point. Is you're seeing a window into the depraved male sexual nature. So then you have a choice. You can say forget all men and become a lesbian and like just forget it, right?
I don't do.
No, I'm not saying you want to do that,
No,
right?
yeah.
Or you could be like, I actually think that men have a proper role in society. most men today are grown infants, and women have you don't agree with that?
Well, no, I agree that they're grown infants, but it's not my job to fix you.
I'm not saying it's your job to fix you. You have a moral obligation not to make it worse.
Well, how am I making it worse?